they should not form group only with those people. You people should not form only group with the Gujaratis. Okay? All these discriminations, nothing should be there, right? So if you have right understanding, you don't oppose anyone. You may oppose the content, okay, but you don't oppose the personality. That is important, okay? Because their understanding, their competence is different, your competence is different. If you want to have close relationship, you try to increase their competence to your level. Okay, that's what we have to do. So this is what the transformation. Right now the society is in only accumulation of physical facility. We never ever bothered about our self, also the right understanding, also about your relationship. But to have a better society, we have to transform into priority 1, 2, 3. So this is called as a holistic perspective. Okay, this is called as higher order perspective. Higher order thinking. What is higher order thinking? And right understanding is important than physical facility. Relationship is important than physical facility. That is known as higher order thinking, holistic thinking. So ourselves, our family, society and nature. Can you just take the picture of this and do it for yourself? You just list out your aspiration, right understanding. You write with respect to your problems and upload it in GCR. End of today. You make the list, okay? You make the list. What are all your aspirations? Whether it is right, you yourself analyze whether it is right understanding or wrong understanding. Will it leads to relationship and physical, whether it is a physical facility or self. Whatever your aspiration. See, you are doing something, okay, so that you want to care your mother. Suppose your mother is, somebody is admitted in the hospital, your relationship. Okay, you want to care them, you are just going for them and caring them, you are spending time for them. That is known as what? Yes. That is known as what? It is a care. It is, you are giving importance to relationship. Okay, so this will lead to happiness or not? It will lead to happiness and prosperous or not? Yes, of course. So, if your action, today's action, okay, today's effort is leading, working towards the relationship, okay, then you are at right understanding. Okay, you are not at all cared about. You just see, you take one day activity. From morning to night, what you did. How much time you spent in the college. How much time you spent for yourself. How much time you spent for relationships. Okay, so in all these actions, activities, what are all right things according to you? Which are all related to yourself? Which are all related to your body? Which are all related to consumption of physical facility? Which are all related to relationship? Okay, so you can come to, from this analysis, you can come to the conclusion of what? Whatever is working, whatever the time you just given for your parents or relationship, it is for what? With right understanding as well as towards your happiness. Sometimes you would have spent some time for physical facility. You are studying now, right? In order to get your money, everything. These are all related to what? Physical facility. Okay. Similarly, if you have just, if you would have got some inhibitions like, I should not talk to him, he is not my friend, by seeing the look or appearance, any other position, if you have created, if you have cleared that, then you are in, you understood, you start developing about yourself as a self. Okay, so if any exploration, any change in your mind, okay, you start realized, then it is known as what? Self. You are understanding about yourself. hours you spend for each and everything, for what you are spending more time. You just analyze yourself. Okay, you just write out everything, calculate for what you are spending more time. Okay, so for what you are spending very less time, but which will give you the happiness and harmony and prosperous. Okay, which is only for temporary happiness. Okay, only by sensation. For sensation, how many hours you spend for sensation? Okay, so realize it. So if you see, always as individuals, what we will be doing, whatever is there on the right side, we will be concentrating. Right? Just see that what are all there in the right side. You may feel like you are in stress. You want to come out of stress. Managing pressure due to academics, time management, time lost due to illness, all this. Okay. But to be happy, to be healthy, to be prosperous, knowledge of ability to decide properly on my own, independently, purification of the mind, controlling the mind, and that will leads to self-confidence. Okay, if you understand your mind properly, yourself properly, if you got your right understanding, okay, all this, the problems due to all of this won't dominate you. Instead, you will be having enough self-confidence to deal with all of these cases. Same thing. The basic issue is lack of right understanding. So human being means what? Human being means what? Combination of coexistence of self and body. So human being means coexistence of self and body. Okay. You have to nourish your body as well. You should not leave your body as such, right? You have to nourish your body as well. You have to concentrate on your health also. And more importantly, you should have a right understanding to understand self. Okay. This physical body, may be temporary. Okay. It may vary time to time. Okay. Dressing, according to my dresses, the appearance may vary. These are all temporary, but what is my inner soul? What is my thought? Okay, what is the right understanding I'm just developing? That is always continuous. Your character will never ever change. Your character will never ever, the basic character will never ever change. No, right? It is always continuous. So if you differentiate the self and the body with respect to these parameters, need in time and quantity. Okay, if you take self, it is, what is self? In terms of a need, it is for happiness. Body is physical facility, in order to consume physical facility. Body is surviving because of food and all the other items. Time, with respect to time, your self is continuous or discontinuous? The happiness is continuous or discontinuous? With respect to yourself, the self thoughts are continuous or discontinuous? It is always, your self is continuous or discontinuous? See, natural acceptance is common or it is varies. Natural acceptance will vary or common? Common, right? So self will vary time to time. Is that self vary will time to time? Once you start possessing your right understanding, will that vary or not time to time? Now everyone is saying that what is the ultimate aim of your life? Initially when asked what is your aim, aspiration, you all said that you want to become, getting good package in a company and all that. Now what are all you saying? What is the ultimate aim of your life? What should be the human aim? What you are saying now? It is happiness. To be in happiness, right? So is that very, once you got into right understanding, the thoughts will vary time to time. Only the happiness, right? It will vary with respect to the incidences. How you would be doing it time to time because of the information what you are getting. Right now you may be having only this kind of knowledge. After 4 years you may be having more technological knowledge. You may able to do some project. You may work in some company. You may acquire so many skills. These are all informations from outside. They are not knowledge. The knowledge is what? Education is what? Self. What you are possessing inside your self. Is that continuous or discontinuous? Continuous. This happiness, self, everything is continuous. It won't vary time to time. Okay, your love towards your parents will vary time to time. That is what love. You have to carry your parent, right? You have to carry your parent. That is always your thinking. Will that vary? See, how you are doing will vary. Today you may give chocolate, tomorrow you scold them also. Day after tomorrow, you may, after your first salary, you may give them something. It will vary. But the basic is what? Foundation is what? Basic aspiration is what? Carrying them. That is always constant, right? It is always continuous. So, self is always continuous. It is qualitative. Whereas body is, it is temporary. Okay? So, today whatever you eat, tomorrow it won't be. How much ever biryani I want also, I may like a biryani, but I can able to eat only certain quantity. Right? 10 plates of biryani if they give, could I able to eat? No. Your favorite food, maybe you can eat only in limited quantity. There is infinity happiness is there. Happiness can be infinity. Can you able to measure your happiness? No. Can you able to measure your favorite food consumption? Yes, right? So that's what. They are temporary. Okay. And also it is quantitative. And it is being fulfilled by, self has been fulfilled by right understanding. This will be fulfilled by physiochemical things. Whether water you take to nourish your body, by tablets, some people will take vitamin tablets, minerals, everything, right? So physiochemical things are needed to nourish your body. And with respect to activity, the activity of self is what? Imagination, desire, thought, okay, expectation. These are all activity. Activity of this is what? Body is what? Walking, eating, running, all that. With respect to time, this is continuous, this is temporary. And then, what is desirable in this? Tell me. Body is nourished, the self is happy. Body is nourished, self is unhappy. Body is not nourished, self is happy. Body is not nourished, self is unhappy. Which is desirable? First one. But so far what we are doing? Got it? We are at 2 or 3 or 4. But never ever been at 1. So here afterwards we have to explore this. We should work towards first also. Because all we agree that first is important, priority. Right? We have not at all thinking towards that direction. We have to think about it. So when you tend to make more mistakes, when you are disturbed within or when you are comfortable within. When you tend to make more mistakes, people used to say, no, in anger I did it. Why did you this? The partner asked, in anger I did, in anger I spoke. I really don't want to do any mistake, I really don't want to speak anything, but in anger I just committed that word or that mistake, that action. Right? So, if you are able to control your anger, okay, so if you are able to understand that your anger is also for the physical facility, then you might not have exhibited that much anger towards the person. If you understood that person also like yourself, then you would not have created any opposition with them. You should have understood them like, okay, they don't understand much. Okay, how much we are carrying our children, that much we don't care our husbands. Right? Because we are seeing this relationship, this is very important. We are prioritizing, we are putting precondition. Okay, right? So our mother is more important than the husband or spouses or partners than our friends. Because why? It is so that if our relationships are doing some mistakes, that won't see to our eyes. Okay, whatever children ask, no, we will immediately, that food we will immediately will make it. If husband asks, okay, order and eat. That's it. Order and eat. If you, I can't do it, I am so tired, you can order and eat, otherwise you cook yourself and eat. Okay, if it is for children, we don't do it. Because we are seeing them as gold, we are seeing them as diamonds, or we are seeing them as some other big. So we are prioritizing, we are seeing the relationship. It is not that this is wrong, but what we are doing, this is wrong. Okay, how we are seeing the relationship towards that the best person in your world, same thing you should see the second priority person also the same way. So that is what the relationship is. So this sum up human beings coexistence of the self and body. Body needs physical facility, physiochemical things. Happiness is the need of the self. Is fulfilled by right understanding, right feeling in the self. It cannot be fulfilled by physical facility. It cannot be fulfilled by getting feelings from others. Okay, if you everybody praises you, okay, they'll praises you. Yeah, you are great. You are so and so. Okay, then is that continuous? Somebody is praising you, scolding you. Is that continuous? No. Okay. So what you are in self, okay, that is more important. Okay, are you able to follow? So this will give you, this order if you follow, that gives you mutual happiness and mutual prosperity. The happiness for others also, happiness for us also, happiness for nature also, happiness for society also, everybody. And peer pressure. This is important at this table. If you see, we are always in peer pressure. We have all these concerns. We have concerns with respect to peer pressure, right? So all of a sudden you all came and arrived at SRM today, right? So you may be looking at each other. Who can I make friends? Okay, in which group I can be with? Okay. So your self is more important. You have to analyze yourself. You should understand your mind. You have not at all understood that first. You do not know about it. But where I mingle with, where I can, which group I can mingle with, which person can I mingle with, who will be in my status, who will be in my language, who is with my color, who is with my dress, who is aligning with my thoughts. We are discriminating people, who is aligning with my state, who is aligning with my religion. Okay. So without knowing single Telugu word, we survived there for 4 years. My son also does not know. Without knowing single Telugu word, everybody in Telangana itself, they used to ask me, how you people, the people that are coming here, they learn Tamil easily. But when we are going outside, no, we never ever learn. People are there, but most of the cases, we don't get it. So they'll ask how. It is not necessary. It is not. If I show in action that Akka is going to give me, that sister is going to give me the vegetable. What is there in that? They all understand our body actions. Otherwise, nowadays, the supermarket culture is there. Everything is there. And in the colleges and the schools, only English is the professional language. So, never ever, communicating with the people, the language was not at all the barrier for us. Okay, only in order to get a marks, scoring marks, for that it was the barrier. Now also he don't get Tamil. He is very good at maths, very good at science, very good at English. Okay, he don't know Tamil, he don't know Telugu, he don't know Hindi. Okay, so always the problem is there to understand our own languages. So we have to be, what we should do is we should not discriminate the people, and also what we will think is not only discriminating them, we also see that okay, I want to be like him, I want to wear, he is wearing the costly shirt, I want to buy costly shirts as like him, I want to, his shoe is very nice, so what brand I also want to buy. Okay, you will be having all those thoughts, right? So he may be having a good haircut, you want to have, many boys I used to see always when the project students final years, third years, when come to my cabin, I'll say, stop doing this first. He'll be feeling very different. See, I'm doing always this with other faculty, but nobody cares. Nobody have told me anything so far, but why are you telling? Because I'll be noticing that nowadays people are not having, hairs more, right? So when they are having the hair, so much hair, they feel like proud of themselves, like they are having a cat. They are carrying hair more than anybody in their houses. Like kind of boys are there, even girls won't care about the hair. Most people, they want to grow the hair like anything. Little bit, if they take to that for cutting the hair, that is the most annoying thing for them. Without Wi-Fi also they will live. But if we take them to haircut, that's all. So these kind of, now you understand these are all what? Physical facilities. Okay? These are all within ourselves. So we should not see our peer group when we should not get compared, we should not get attracted, we should not spend our time towards that. So copy. So when we are, when we are discriminating, seeing all that, we are trying to copy them. Two things we are doing. Either we are trying to copy them or we are rebelling with them. Either we are trying to get all those things like them. Okay, if you have your social status according to them, you next day you will go and ask your father that I also want that. Either you try to do that. If you are unable to do that, he is an opposite person to you. You start opposing him. You start rebelling with him. You start treating him as he is putting more scene. He is putting more scene. He is showing more attitude. This is a terminology, they use. He is showing more attitude. Okay. So this is what happened. Even teachers also used to do. In my son's school also they'll say, don't show this as attitude. You just show that in your marks. These are all cliche statements, right? So I asked him what aspects. He is a very introvert person. What aspect they have seen, what you have done. He is not into physical activity and all. What you jumped or so many people, you have not done any physical activity. You don't talk, but why they are saying as attitude? Okay, they are saying something as attitude means let them say why you are bothering. He is consoling me. So that is what the children is, right? And we have to be like that. So we should not rebel also, we should not copy them also. So whatever, in order to have right understanding, what you should do, you always should verify the things on your own right. In order to have right understanding, you should verify your things on your own right, not with respect to peer pressure or external things. So copying, adopting, arbitrariness, all this should be avoided, and instead we have to have right understanding. See, that leads to peer pressure, this leads to rebel action, but if you have right understanding, it leads to where? Self-organized. You will be content with whatever you have. You will be happy with whatever you have. Okay? So you will be saying, no, whatever already I have, I am blessed with that. Okay? This is the last part, understanding health. So already we know that body is also important, right? Can we, because of our understanding right, can we leave our body? No. So we have to understand our health also. So for health, we have to nourish your health properly. See, want to eat tasty but healthy food. Okay. So want a healthy, peaceful environment. So if you don't care your body, what will happen? Infections will happen, diseases will happen. Okay. So daily in SRM, sometimes you may be they'll be giving always the homeworks, assignments, works, everything. Test will happen, placement will happen. 4 years will be very, very tight. Okay, morning to evening, you'll be busy running. So he also came, no, participating in this hackathon or marathon, whatever a thon. So many thons are there. Right? So for all those things to participate, to work hard, to know what is the new technology, where is new idea, how to implement that idea, working towards all of that, right? So towards working and all of that, we should not forget about eating our 3 times food. Okay, especially we should not forget about eating the morning food. Okay, so directly getting up from the hostel bed, directly not to compute. Okay, so you have to take care of your health also. So this already we have seen. Feeling of self-regulation. So self is fulfilled by right understanding, right feeling, and also self-regulation should be there. Self-regulation for the body should be there. That regulation will come by taking care of your health. For staying healthy, what you can do? There are two things are necessary for staying healthy. One is intake. Second one is labor and exercise. You all know exercise. What is labor? What is labor? What is labor? Anyone? Labor. To take care of your health, you need 2 important things. One is you have to nourish your body with the food or by using physiochemical things. Okay, second one is to be fit, right? You need labor and exercise. So what is labor?
Construction worker. Construction workers.
For everyone construction work is, for you construction work is necessary? No. This is, they are proposing to everyone, all human beings, all, with respect to all human beings, what is labor?
Physical activity. Daily exercise.
That is exercise. What is labor? So let me say, labor is, you said construction of building, right? So everyone should construct your house also. Everyone should contribute to the household work also. Okay. If my husband tells me to prepare, orders me to prepare and so, I may say that I can't do, I am unable to do all that. Okay. If he is also involved in preparing that, my son also involved in preparing that, it will be easy for me, I will also prepare. So the harmony in the family will be maintained or not. That is what labor. Labor comes before exercise. Okay. Try to create more exercise through laboring. Try to do, many men used to be chefs and all that outside the hotels if you see, many men's only chefs, not ladies. But inside the kitchen room, most of the time it is only women. Okay. So that in that also we should have right understanding. Okay, everyone should involve in laboring through which we should try to get our physical health. Okay, so washing, all that, grooming, all that also exercises. And postures also we have to be sit properly, for spinal cord, all that.